So we have one person.
Boy, when am I going to do that?
Yeah, I know.
There's plenty of time.
Yeah.
Right? Tons, nothing but time.
Nothing but net.
Time to fix the old camera.
And there she
Screen.
is. And there we go, dislike.
Yeah. Turn that down, and everything else looks good.
Jesus, making me watch this ad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's gonna make me watch another one?
Yes! Yes!
This is insane.
Well, the video is going to be over 8 minutes, so...
Oh my god. There we go.
I don't think I've ever watched a stream with ads, because on my personal account I have YouTube Premium. Is there any situation, or is there a situation where it just starts playing an ad, like for you, like
No.
if you've been watching for 20 minutes?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Huh. So only when you first show up.
Yep.
Interesting. I almost feel like that's a bad way of doing it, because I wonder how many people show up, get an ad, and then leave.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Probably a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Trash Bandit, hello, friends. Jesse Nick Lady, hello. Let's see, how are my paints holding up? Yeah, I can still use this lead belcher.
Beautiful. And there we go. And not to brag, but
Yeah, nice.
got one of these cooking.
Is anyone else thinking this release week would have been better as a single release day? No, I think it's fun. Today's stuff was actually pretty cool. I do not care at all about the Necromunda stuff, but I might buy the Aeronautica Imperialis box game.
I saw that.
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Space Marines and Eldar is more interesting to me than Orcs and Imperial Guard. Like, the Orcs are kind of fun. The Imperial Guard ships are just... They're fine.
I liked whatever crab model.
Oh, yeah!
The
The INF Deepkin.
The fish. I love that.
Happy Heretic. Who the hell liked the stream? Exactly.
I know. You know what's really odd?
What?
So yesterday and today, I apparently so usually I can see in real time the likes and dislikes, and I can't anymore.
Huh.
So because right now it has one dislike, and that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty odd. But if I refreshed it and had to watch 2 more ads, then then I'd be able to see.
Also, I mean, the video of the plastic Thunderhawk gunship was adorable. Like, people think that, like, Games Workshop doesn't get it. They get the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I dropped my brush, so I'm just not going to use that one. So, I'm going to use this brush instead. Matthew Cheeseman, failed to hobby at all today. While you're watching this stream, that's a little hobby-ish.
It's a little hobby-ish.
And you know what? If you look at your models for, I'm going to say, 3 minutes, that counts.
Just staring right at their little eyes.
Yeah.
Did they release anything that you think was just a stinker?
No, I don't think so. Everything looks pretty sweet. I forget the name. Whatever that particular gang for Necromunda is, they don't interest me that much. The Trenchcoat gang. They're just kind of whatever. No, not the fishes. The Necromunda gang.
I don't know what the fish is. What is the fish?
INF Deepkin for Age of Sigmar.
Yeah. Age of Sigmar. Yeah, masks. It's a little. It's timely. You could say that much. But
I think they're cool.
What the hell is Necromunda hired gun?
Hired guns, I think, are they can be taken with any Necromunda gang. You just pay the point.
This is like a video game.
Oh, I know there was a Necromunda video
First-person
game.
shooter.
Ooh.
This is a first-person shooter that will make you feel like you're slugging it out with the worst of the worst.
Neat. I like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm sure you'll love this game.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Nick Lady, if only there was a big plastic Thunderhawk, that would be pretty sweet. Yeah. Although the plastic Thunderhawk, like the Thunderhawk is like 20 inches long. I totally get why they invented the Space Marine Stormfang Strike Intercept Hawk. What is it called?
I think you got it.
What's the name of the flyer for the Space Marines? The big one. The Space Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the Space Marine flyer is, it's supposed to be a Thunderhawk gunship, just in a scale that makes some sense on the tabletop.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet it's a disaster trying to actually game with a Thunderhawk gunship, because it takes up half the table, and you're like, okay, it's gonna fly 13 inches this way, and then it's gonna fly 11 inches the other way. Flimbo the dude. Just did a biology test today that I was stressed. I turned out to be easy. Currently painting a venom crawler. Nice.
Matthew Cheeseman, is Nick not on cam because he's writing the Orc Codex ready for Saturday? Yeah. Well, no, I'm not on cam because I'm totally nude right now.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube won't allow it.
Sanic19 Cheese. Is Kill Team easy to learn if you've never played 40k before? Well, having played 40k will definitely make it easier. It's pretty complicated. I would say the most complicated thing is probably close combat.
Yeah.
It's a lot of steps.
And the morale.
And the morale. The morale's
a little annoying.
Yeah, I think that the thing that makes the morale so tricky is there's so many like modifiers and
yeah. Well, and
it's two different things.
Things are named really poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something called a nerve test, and the nerve test decides if you're broken. It's not a broken test, it's a nerve test.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some silly stuff like that. Kino Kinonas, it's weird. Boxed Game Day was just an Underworld team, a Necromunda expansion, Aeronautica's new box, and a video game trailer. Especially after the Kill Team starter set was discontinued last week. I feel like that's a lot. Isn't that a lot? An Underworld's team, a Necromunda expansion, Aeronautica's new box, and a video game?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like plenty of stuff. It would have been cool if it was a new Kill Team starter box.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. I mean, how many more? They have 2 more days left?
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, or Friday and Saturday. So, I mean, they have plenty of days to drop that new Orc Codex that I'm writing currently. And maybe new Kill Team box set.
Mm-hmm.
What did we say yesterday that's going to happen?
I thought today and tomorrow was going to be Age of Sigmar, and then the last day would be 40k. But today was kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Seems like there's no system.
No.
They're just like... I like to think that behind the scenes they're rushing to finish the stuff the day before.
They're like, who's got stuff? Who's got stuff? Who's got stuff? I finished a Necromunda. Put it out.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, on the second day, they only came out with 1 model.
Yeah.
one Sisters of Battle. It's the only thing we got done.
Adam Stromberg. Morale is so complicated. Morale is super complicated, and like half the armies just ignore it. Like Space Marines, some of Tyrannid, all Necrons, like so many teams just ignore morale.
Mm-hmm.
Harlequins, Grey Knights, orcs, but like the couple of armies that it really matters. Mm-hmm. Morale should probably be simpler. Like really, it should probably just be if a model got flesh wounded, it takes a broken test. That's like a 50-50 to fail or not. Because there's plenty of instances where, you know, a model gets a flesh wound and it does not matter even a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I think you could spray paint over the entire last page of rules for how to do. Oh my gosh, just my brain died. How to do the entire morale phase and just make it models with flesh wounds take a broken test. It's a 50-50. On a 4 up, they're broken. On a 1, 2, 3, they're fine.
I also don't love the game ends if you're broken.
Yeah, the game ends if you're broken, because you can totally win the game broken. You can totally have obtained the most points, or just happen to have enough bodies on objectives that they can't kill you fast enough to win. But instead, it's like, well, no matter what, you know, you broke, so the game is just over now. Yeah, I don't prefer that.
Because it's kind of like, I don't know, you're playing the game, and then you lost because of a technicality.
Yeah.
So, did you have fun? I always think of my very first 40k game ever when I played against the store manager. They did the little test game, and I remember we played some garbage game.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Did you have fun?" That is good.
He's like, "Did you have fun?" Because I didn't. I don't get paid enough.
Yeah. I always think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I am here to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That as well. I am here to have fun.
Yeah, I think more things should probably be able to take psychic.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Because I think in the original book there was 2 models in the game that could do psychic. Grey Knights and maybe one more. But it's a whole phase of the game.
Yeah.
I also wanted to move to a D10 system. I don't know. I do not know how to write rules, but I almost want to try to write my own kill team with D10 on a D10 system.
We still haven't finished Lost Patrol.
That's true.
That's another one.
Lost Patrol is a nice, fun little game.
I don't know why they don't have it all the time.
I guess.
I mean, that would be like that. That would honestly be a great thing to have, like in normal stores.
Yeah.
Or something.
Like maybe someone wants to get into the game, but their little brother isn't old enough. So they're like, well, you can buy this game. It's similar, but it's a lot easier. You can actually play it. It's pretty cheap. But it's got dice and tokens and stuff.
Maybe it at least has the colored plastic.
Yeah.
So it looks like something.
Maybe because the real rules that they made suck, and so they're like, nobody likes this game.
Yeah, which is true.
Which is true. The rules
the
they
game
wrote
is not fun
suck.
if you play it. Yeah, it's not fun if you play it right.
It really does have some neat stuff though, like the self-generating game board.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, that's my favorite part of the whole thing.
I also super do not understand the logic of always putting the end token on the bottom of the deck, like, so you always know where it is.
Yeah, I guess so. So you and your opponent know exactly where it is.
Sanic 19 Cheese was kind of hoping for new Blackstone Fortress today, but I guess that game is done. Yeah, I think it seems like they thought they were going to replace Blackstone Fortress with Curse City. I guess not, but it certainly feels like that was the intent. Because Blackstone Fortress was a dungeon crawler with unique minis that was like a self-contained game that did have the possibility for expansion. And so was Blackstone Fortress.
Michael Miller? Do you feel like the gunship was a little bit of a gotcha? I feel slightly insulted. Maybe that's just my saltiness, wishing it was a 40k table size, wishing it was 40k tabletop size.
Yeah, I think that's super just saltiness. I mean, the Thunderhawk gunship on Forge World is only a few years old. They redesigned it. It's too expensive for anyone to buy. But so was the original Metal Thunderhawk gunship. The original Metal Thunderhawk gunship was actually more expensive than the resin one on Forge World right now. But yeah, I think it's super cool, the little one. It would be neat to have a plastic one. It would be like twice as big as the Stampa, though. And the Stampa's a big-ass plastic model.
I mean, yeah, they're not doing it.
They're not going to do it. I think they were being cute when they pretended, like, they're shooting it up close, and where they're kind of maybe pretending like it's a big plastic thing. It says, the most requested plastic model ever. And then the guy's giant hands come in, pick it up, and then he goes, pew pew, zoom zoom, pew pew. I think they were being cute. I don't think there's any need for saltiness. I'm definitely going to buy one, just to have a cool little toy. I don't know, I might buy Aeronautica Imperialis.
Wait a second. Are you saying that Games Workshop products are toys?
No, I would never insinuate such a thing.
Talk about insulting. I mean, jeez. How dare you say that?
Yeah, I want a little Thunderhawk to sit on the desk and make pew pew noises.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could definitely, especially with the new Aeronautica Imperialis, especially since it's like one box. If it's $100, I think I'll do it. If it's more than that, no. It shouldn't be more than that.
It's gonna be more than that.
It shouldn't be. Does anyone know what is the current Aeronautica box with the orcs and the I feel like it's cheap. The box with it comes with less stuff than this new box, which is making me a little nervous, but
let's see.
Lucky bat, me rolling up to stream. I am here to have fun.
It is $90.
$90. Okay. If the new one is 100, I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
I hope it's 100. It's God. The new one I feel like comes with way more stuff. It comes with I think like 6 Eldar and 4 Space Marine ships.
I mean, this one came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Orc and 1, 2, 3, 4 Imperial Guard.
Okay, so about the same.
So
okay, maybe
it could be the same.
Maybe you know.
See, I mean, I like the Orcs because I have the ship in big. I have the Daka Jets in big. So I think that's cute.
I think the Eldar spaceships actually look pretty slick, and I just like the Space Marines.
Eldar ones do look pretty good.
Happy here. Well, I'm off early again tonight. Have to wake up early for the day job. Later, biatches.
The strip club starts early.
Aquino Quinones. Their Twitch chat today was nonstop. What happened to Chris City? What happened to Chris City? What happened to Chris City? Ad nauseum. I bet. And you know what?
That's really fun.
They do kind of deserve it. Like, I don't even to me it wasn't that big a deal because I didn't want to buy it. But
wait a second. Did Games Workshop not pay you today? Why aren't you shilling for them?
Their email was late. This is what happens. But yeah, the check bounced, so.
Yeah. So now you get to go ham. You get to say what you really think.
Yeah. But it is interesting. Like, I don't think there's no precedent for them ever before saying stuff like, oh, well, we had an incident at the factory, so we're gonna be late with this order of something. Like, so it's definitely never happened before that they've been transparent with something like this. But it's pretty obvious that the Blackstone Fortress was not Blackstone Fortress. Curse City was not intended to be a one-off product. I think people who've played the game say that there's stuff there's stuff in the literature that the game comes with that like says there's gonna be expansions that they're not gonna do because the game doesn't exist anymore. It's super bizarre, and it feels like it could all be fixed with like one post saying like, yeah, we ran out, we're making more. It'll take a year.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I don't know. It is rather odd.
Mm-hmm. Michael Miller, that's crazy. I didn't think that the Orc Stomp was that big. I've never seen it in real life, and maybe I'll see what the eBay listings skyrocket the model to, or just buy the whole game. I think it looks like the Thunderhawk gunship does not come in the starter box. It looks like it's going to be an expansion to this Aeronautica Imperialis starter box.
Mm. I've heard the game's fun. Didn't people tell us it's fun on stream?
I don't know about on stream. I read on Goonhammer, and Aeronautica was one of like their favorite games of last year.
Mm.
And the Goonhammer guys play everything, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they even play Chutes and Ladders.
Yeah.
The letter J. Hey, how have you been, man?
Pretty
Just
good.
dandy.
Yeah.
How are you, the letter J?
Just Nicolette. Given their pricing level, I wouldn't be shocked at 150. Yeah, for the new Aeronautica Imperialis.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, bad name.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But
it should just be called Spaceships Go Explode Boom.
It's definitely a cool sounding name. But
mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to play? You guys want to come? It's like good luck getting your friends to play Aeronautica Imperialis with you. And this is a game that you could honestly do that. I mean, if it's like X-Wing, you could honestly teach people the game and play it, in an afternoon.
Yeah.
But your friends are like, I don't want to play Aeronautica Imperialis. Like, what? That's what? No.
It's pronounced Aeronautica Imperialis. Do you want to play Aeronautica Imperialis with me? It's really fun. I'll play the Eldar. I'll play the Eldari.
Mm-hmm. Adam Stronberg, man, I feel like Games Workshop's really missing out on a lot of sales with all this limited edition and out of stock stuff, and their marketing releases in general. I think they're probably making tons of money. What's the limited edition stuff? I guess Curse City, but no one knew that, and I'm gonna guess it wasn't meant to be limited edition.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff sold out on their website.
There is, which is probably due to them stopping production for like a half a year, but not stopping selling anything for half a year.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I've seen some YouTube videos and stuff of being like, oh, Games Workshop, this is gonna be the end for them. All this messing up with their nope. I think they're probably, if you could look at their books, they're probably doing great.
Yep.
They said, we're sorry, we're working on it. They would be forgiven almost immediately. I wonder if we're not getting any word on what's going on because they're not sure what they're going to do yet. I wonder if they're still trying to figure out if it's worth it to try to fix. I think people have speculated that either the paperwork was all messed up or there was some damage done to the molds. And I wonder if they're trying to figure out if it'd be worth it for them to fix the problem or not. Because if they don't know what they're going to do, then they definitely can't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
If they knew 100%, like, oh yeah, we're gonna make money, we just have to, get a new factory going on the paperwork, or oh yeah, we're gonna spend the money to have some new molds made.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kyle Trans here. They indirectly mentioned it yesterday. They said, and don't worry, this will likely sell out, but will definitely return when talking about something else.
Ah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, and think about every, like the job, like, you know, the jobs I've had. Don't you kind of always think everyone you work with is an idiot?
Mm-hmm.
And
they
I bet
think you're an idiot too.
And they think you're an idiot. Like, I think that's, I bet Games Workshop is just like anywhere else. Just a whole bunch of dummies.
Trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm. You know what's a good name for a game? Blood Bowl.
It is a good name.
Blood Bowl. You want to play some Blood Bowl? Oh, what's Blood Bowl? It's fantasy football. But get it? It's fantasy football. Mm-hmm. Ah, that's great. Mm-hmm. You want to play Aeronautica Imperialis? Mm-hmm. Let's try to come up with a better name than Aeronautica Imperialis.
Spaceships.
Spaceships. 40k flying. Flying 40k.
Adeptus shoot 'em ups.
If I could fly to the ends of the earth.
Mm-hmm. The letter J. Boom boom plane time.
That's not bad.
Benjamin Reynolds, the plane game.
Kino's Games Workshop stock has risen 200% since last year. Oh my god, their days are numbered. They're toast.
It's almost, yeah. I mean, that's it.
I guess maybe it is hard to come up with a good flying game name. Blood Bowl, Spaceship, Fly Ship, Warhammer 40. Take to the Skies. Is that taken? That sounds taken. Take to the Skies. I bet something exists called Take to the Skies.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there some sort of flyer expansion? Something that was.
It might have been
called something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sinar says Battle Plan Gothic. Pretty good.
That'd be pretty good.
Michael Miller, Skies of War.
That's pretty good. Michael Miller. This talk about Games Workshop messing up on things and having these astronomical prices does put me off a little bit. I get flashbacks of War Thunder, a game that invested way too much time, money, and hope in. The prices are crazy. They're not going to come down, but wouldn't it be nice?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's supply and demand. They have the supply, and we create the demand.
Mm-hmm.
And I love when people talk about like the FOMO and people in like Games Workshop conditioning like the customers, but isn't that kind of like calling the customers dumb? Like Games Workshop.
I mean, I think that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, but like, so like the person making the comment has seen through, but everyone else hasn't.
Oh yeah, no, the people online know.
Yes. I'm just destroying this plasma gun. I'm doing my best.
Canopied. Well, people are dumb, Jay.
People are dumb. Yeah, but I feel right at home in the dumb crowd who buys all the stuff. It's fun.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever bought stuff before? It's great.
Canopied. Battlefleet Gothic was a great game. They should just call it Battlefleet Gothic. Why not? And then eventually you can expand into, Battlefleet Gothic Armada and make it the big giant capital ship battle.
Just call it Space Fleet.
Space Fleet? That's not bad either.
40k Space Fleet.
40k Space Fleet.
Want to play some Fleetage?
When we do our Is Blank the Best Game, we should end the video by renaming Battlefleet Gothic, or not, renaming Aeronautica Imperialis, and like literally making up a sticker and slapping it on the box.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
You want to play some 40k Space Fleet?
Space Fleet.
Space Fleet.
It's kind of hard to say.
A little hard to say, but at least you know what you're getting into. Spaceships in space.
Mm-hmm. I think calling it maybe just calling it Fleet. 40k Fleet.
40k Fleet. Kinona's customers are dumb. It's in our nature to be sheep. Just Nick Jay, when I started, tactical squads were 20, devastators were 25 or 30. Yep, things were cheap. But I don't know. Everyone has amazing price quotes from when they started. I would love to really go and look. Because, like, I know people have said, like, oh, back when I started, you could, Space Marines were 22 a box and it came with 2 rhinos.
And you could buy it for a nickel.
You could buy it for a nickel. And you never know, like, well, did they just get a deal that they don't remember getting? Or did they just... Because, like, don't you sometimes buy something and then kind of in your mind trick yourself? You lie to yourself that it's like, well, I got, I'm going to get 2% back because of the, Mm-hmm. And then, 10 years later, you're like, it wasn't that expensive, I don't think.
Right.
Don't we all kind of do that?
You buy it with your credit card points. It was free. I got it for free.
Yeah. With the credit card, I got like 16 cents back on every purchase. Like.
Exactly. It's sick.
Benjamin Reynolds, jokes aside, I'm getting that Space Fleet game.
Yeah.
I mean, it made me want to buy it. Micah Miller, isn't Battlefleet Gothic a real fleet that the Imperium has? I think I remember reading about it. It's also the most badass name. What else would you call a flying churches the size of Chicago? Oh yeah, Battlefleet Gothic is a good name.
It is a good name.
They should have just
had
used.
to make up another name.
Mm-hmm. They should have just used that name, and then people would have been like, but it's not Battlefleet Gothic. And then people would have been like, so? And then later down the line, they could have released Battlefleet Gothic Armada. And it had it be the giant scale. Just like how there's X-Wing and X-Wing Armada. Or what's the big X-Wing called?
Big X-Wing?
Big X-Wing. That I don't play because it's really expensive compared to regular X-Wing.
I'm both the dude. New name, Rudy Tooty Shooty Space Edition.
Yeah!
That's another good one.
Rudy Tooty, shoot my pooty.
That's inappropriate.
Oh.
Akino Kinones, when I started, intercessors cost $60. Those were the days. Amazing.
Yeah, and I always confuse myself because I always, whenever I look at Games Workshop, I automatically take the 15% off from when I buy it from a different retailer.
Mm-hmm. Right. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. The first box was Rogue Trader Space Marines. Came with 30 Marines that cost $15.
I think you're getting that slightly wrong. Actually, I think it was 100 Marines for $5. Benjamin Reynolds, but you had to walk uphill both ways in the rain to get to the store when it only cost a nickel.
Exactly.
Ian H. Well, people can say prices, but they need to give a time date so that you can convert to real rather than crappy nominal. Nah, I'm sure inflation doesn't add up to that much, does it? No, it adds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Eventually, though, we'll all be buying Warhammer with our $1,000 bills.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. With our Games Workshop money.
Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Hi, by the way.
Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. You youngsters can joke, but there was no Warhammer 40k when I started, LOL. Amazing.
But yeah, Aeronautica Imperialis is a horrible name.
Space Fleet.
Space Fleet. Actually, there was an Atari game called Space Fleet, so you can't.
Probably was. It sounds true.
Wasn't there every single thing was an Atari game?
Space Invaders. I liked River Raid.
I don't
That's a
think I've
fun
ever
one.
played any Atari games.
I played a lot of River Raid. My dad had an Atari.
Listen to Pain Dry the Mike and Dan. I still have all 30 Marines. There were only 3 different molds. You should sell them. Make a fortune. You could sell them, make a fortune, and then buy 1 box of intercessors.
Joey Flores, come in and hear about financials and inflation. This eons of banking now. Yeah. And buy Bitcoin.
Well, we all know that EOB stands for Explanation of Benefits.
Mm-hmm. You better believe it. Benjamin Reynolds, you never played Pong? I played Pong. Have you played Pong?
I think I might have played it like when in browser, like
I mean,
an
you
in
played
browser
Wii Tennis.
version. I played Wii Tennis. It's the same thing.
That's the same thing.
Micah Miller. I argue that Aeronautica Imperialis is a good name, but it's unnecessarily verbose. It's a cool sounding word for
It's
sure.
a bad name.
But like if I'm trying to get, I'm imagining, me and my friends are bored, and I'm gonna pipe up and say we should try out this game I have.
Mm-hmm.
And it being called Aeronautica Imperialis is not helping me at all.
Yeah, you're getting roasted.
Yeah, they're gonna make fun of me.
You're like, did you just make that up? Or maybe you just have bad friends. that would make fun of you.
Mm-hmm.
I would make fun of you. I'd be like,
Yes,
well, la di da. Look at you with your fake Latin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if ready. How do you feel about commissions? Thinking about doing some. Commissions are interesting. I've done some in the past, and it can be hard. It can be hard to work on models that aren't yours. It can be hard because now all of a sudden you have deadlines and responsibilities with your hobby. It can be really hard to get a fair amount of money. I would say if you're going to do commissions, start out with some easy stuff, like one-offs. Like if someone wants you to do a character or maybe their D&D model, something you could do in an evening. Like I painted someone's D&D model for $25. Took me probably 4 hours. That was pretty solid. But I've also painted an entire Eldar army, like 4,000 or 5,000 points. Ugh, that got rough. Especially if you have to build the stuff too.
Right.
So I would say start slow with commission painting, and if you really like it, then take it from there. And honestly, like any business, the business part is going to be harder and more annoying than the doing it part.
Right.
Talking with the commissioner and getting everything checked out, making sure that that you keep them aware of what's happening. That's gonna eat up your soul.
Right.
making forms and sheets.
Doing a price breakdown
Mm-hmm.
for them and maybe for you.
Yeah.
This has to get done in 3 hours, or else I'm gonna lose his money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it looks like very much fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some littler commissions. I mean, that could be fun. And, getting paid for it would be neat.
Mm-hmm.
Xenovica tips. I don't know what's going on, but Aquino Quinones said dentists aren't real.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, they're not.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sure some dentists are good people.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
ENH, expectation management is maybe the most important thing, for sure. And that's what I would say definitely commission paint maybe for friends or people you know, so you can work out the kinks
That's true.
of like being like, all right, so I'm gonna paint this. It's probably gonna take me a week or two. You know, if you say you want purple, tell me what kind of purple you want. Or, you know, like come up with a color scheme, or, you know, you might get lucky and they're just like, hey, here's the model, make it look good. And if you make it look good, they'll be completely happy. But I could totally see someone saying like, I want it to be orange. And then they get it back and they're like, I don't know if it's not orange enough, or it's not the right shade of orange, or can't you just go put on a wash and darken it a little?
Right.
Can't you just, I don't know if I like the face.
Yeah, all the can't you just...
Yeah.
Well, it didn't take you that long to do it, so why not just put a wash on it?
Just Nicoletti, it's hard. The hard part is translating their ideas to your brush unless they're sitting with you. Yeah, and it also can be like, they could pick something that sucks, and then you have to make it look good. Like, they could be like, take a Space Marine and make it like purple and yellow, and you're like, that sounds horrifying. Yeah, but do it.
Benjamin Reynolds, dentists have a high suicide rate. Interesting.
That's weird that statistic exists for something that's not real.
There you go.
Micah Miller, I wish I knew that earlier. I had just gotten into the hobby not 3 months ago, and a friend of mine is having me paint up a squad of Black Templars. It can indeed become monotonous. Yeah, and then every minute you're painting their stuff, you're not painting your stuff. And so it's almost like a double whammy of like, oh. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. All right, last post on this. According to 3 different collector sites, the original box of Space Marines cost £9.99, about $13 US. Just saying. Wow.
Well, that's also the price of a house, right?
Can you notice? Do you guys see the new Lilo Mev video? I don't know what a Lilo Mev is. Oh, nope. I'm sure it was good.
I think it was, I saw it.
Like 3 easy tips to be a better painter.
No, it was it was like, we need better miniatures, and it was something about like women miniatures.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think the spot a lot of these companies are in is the audience. The people buying is mostly men. And so they still want to make women models because they want to, but then they have to make sure that men want to buy them. So they're kind of, they make them sexy because they know it'll sell.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way to fix it is just to buy the most normal women models to prove they'll sell.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to go to Games Workshop and buy the granny sister of battle.
Oh yeah.
To prove that we want more elderly woman representation.
Right.
Canopy. Purple and yellow is a great scheme, excuse you. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. I hate commission painting. Once I finish these last 3 I am out of the commission business.
Yep.
I only agree to paint Ultramarines.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Jeez, I've been in top chat this whole time. Must be an amateur.
Well, we haven't been streaming that long.
No.
Kino, not every model has to be a Kingdom Death model to make a sale. No. But yes.
But I bet you those ones are selling.
Yeah. The Paint Dry Mega Dan. Yeah, you could get 2 houses for that.
Yeah.
Joey Flores. So good that Miniac did a whole video about it. That was what I was referencing. I didn't think that color scheme looked very good. He made it look probably as good as it could, but... Michael Miller, representation in 40k. I feel like bring people into the hobby in droves, though. I know I'd buy it up. I feel like there's some representation in 40k. Like, there's the girl army, and then there's the boy army.
Exactly. Yeah.
Benjamin Reynolds.
I mean, there's a lot of people that convert and make their own stuff up too, which is fun and part of the point.
There's a really cool artist out there doing a trans Space Marine army, which is pretty cool. And obviously, Buzz Lightyear army, Hello Kitty army, the Mexicrons.
Exactly.
Benjamin Reynolds, is it really that bad with customers on commissions? No, but it can be. You know, you'll probably get those people who are, you know, like just make it look good, and then super happy with what they get, and then you're probably gonna get those people who are like, I thought, because even if you do an okay job, you have to charge some real money. And when people pay real money, they expect the world.
Right.
I mean, the cheapest I've ever seen is probably Blue Table painting with their $4 for a basic model. And I know tons of people made videos about not being happy with their Blue Table painted minis that were they probably had a decent $4 paint job. Like, think about painting a model for $4. Can you paint a model I can't paint any model in under an hour. Really. I mean, I could probably crank out something that looks fine, but then I'd probably want, if it looks fine, I'd probably want more than $4.
Right.
Listen to Paint Try with Mike and Dan. All right, guys, give me some tips for metallic paints. I hate them with a passion. Talk me down from the ledge. Well, I just got some of this stuff. Oh wait, maybe is it not? Where is it? I got some Vallejo. Here it is. I bought some of this, which I didn't realize is airbrush paint, and this is really, really nice and shiny. This is Vallejo white aluminum, and it's super, super shiny, but it's very, very thin because it's an airbrush paint. And I also have Vallejo liquid gold, which is also wonderful but super, super thin. Yeah, metallics are hard. Like on this, it's lead belcher, and then a wash, and then more lead belcher, and then another wash, and then some rune fang steel to make the top bit a little bit shinier than the bottom bit, and then some paint I got from another company. Is this one not going to be near me either? It's a little company called Imperial Hobby Paints, and their silver, called Cyzicus Metal, which is a bad name, is very nice and shiny silver. But I probably could have gotten pretty much the exact same thing using this Vallejo. So yeah, I'm not particularly great at true metallic metal. It is a little bit tricky.
Matthew Cheeseman, Karen Marines, just go straight to the manager of the other army.
You know, I had an interesting thought. I was watching someone's video on female Space Marines. I think it was, what's his name? The Australian guy. And he was saying that they since Space Marines aren't really human beings anymore after they're turned into Space Marines, it wouldn't matter if they were men or women, which is a little bit true, but I think Space Marines have an identity crisis. Because, yes, Space Marines are horrible abominations, but every single story and book about the Space Marines paints them as people with ambitions and prejudices, and it's almost like that's the reason that the Space Marine stories works, is the Space Marine hero stands like is the exception to the rule every single time. Like, if a Space Marine is a nearly lobotomized super soldier that's more machine than man, it doesn't make a lot of sense when a Space Marine laughed at a joke that Inquisitor Eisenhorn told, because a sense of humor is a very human trait. So it's almost like everything explains Space Marines as these cold, unfeeling, evil hulks. But then every time they're depicted ever, they're not really that.
It's certainly not that in the game.
Mm-hmm. Prussian Blue. Female Space Marines would be basically indistinguishable physically after the grueling training and augmentation. Yes, but also no. Like, if you look at the Space Marines from, like, Space Hulk, every single Space Marine's face is horrible and ugly and scarred and disgusting. But if you look at another thing, like I think there was a book published not too long ago that had a couple of Ultramarine faces, and they look like nice, handsome dudes. It's weird. There's like there's a weird disconnect with Space Marines, with what Space Marines are and what Space Marines become. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking like Halo. Halo was smart. In Halo, the Spartans can be a man or a woman. Doesn't matter. They just wear armor and they shoot the bad guys. Mm-hmm. But Games Workshop, way back in the 80s, they decided that their soldiers would be, taken as children and tortured into being Space Marines, who were all about honor while simultaneously being honorable to an evil dictatorship, like super bad society. It's very tricky.
Mm-hmm. Robert Hesdowns Jr. Jay over here with those unrealistic beauty standards towards Space Marines. Tisk tisk.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Tromari, aren't female Space Marines just Sisters of Battle? Yeah, yes and no. I mean, female Sisters of Battle are regular people. They're nuns, but in Warhammer 40k, nuns carry flamethrowers and murder people.
Yeah. Well, maybe in real life.
Mm-hmm. So there's a weird disconnect with what Space Marines are reported to be and then what they always end up being.
Zerg 619, like the Emperor said, no girls allowed. They are yucky.
Exactly. Dr. Jokel, Jay, I watched the video yesterday. I thought you might get a kick out of it. Guy Scratch built an Orc pod racer on a channel called Scratch Batching. Ah, neat. I think I might have seen the thumbnail for that video. TK Super Prince. Female Space Marines are like female dwarves. You have to lift the beard to tell. Listen to Pain Drive with Mike and Dan. Blood Angels are supposed to be pretty. Ah, well, not the Blood Angels from Space Hulk. Which I kind of do like the evil, monstrous Space Marines. But I read the book Indomitus, and in that book, the Space Marines are mostly depicted as pretty human, with ambitions and, like, anxiety and feelings.
Wow.
Which definitely makes for better stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're in a weird position. The lore says there can't be female Space Marines. It shouldn't matter. It's hard. There probably should be female Space Marines. But I think Space Marines in general, you can't take away the crazy, insanity that is Space Marines without fundamentally changing their lore, but they're always depicted not how they're described in lore.
Mm-hmm. Steve, well, you asked for a dislike. You get a dislike. Perfect.
So yeah, I don't know if I described that very well, but it's like, you know, when they talk about the creation of a space marine, it's violent and brutal, and it strips them of all humanity and leaves them as a killing machine, which is the lore of the space marines. But every book, codex, and story says that they're just folks. And if they're just folks, they could be women folks. But that darn lore.
That darn lore.
Canopete, my take is, would Space Marines look that different as women? The armor is so robust, I feel like any genetically modified soldier could be in there. Yeah, they'd probably look the same. They probably wouldn't have special armor. ENH, they wouldn't care if they were male or female. If they passed the tests, they would get in. And that's another problem with the Space Marines, is it's not the best of the best of the best. It's, you know, they take tough kids and turn them into Space Marines. Because that could almost be a cool thing, too. Like, the best of the best of the best from the Imperial Guard and the Sisters of Battle become Space Marines. But that's not what happens. It's tough children from tough planets get taken, and, you know, just like the Jedi, they get turned into the super soldiers. Because that could be a super badass story. Like, what if someone was an incredible badass in the Imperial Guard, and they got recognized for it, and so they got taken into the Sisters of Battle, and in the Sisters of Battle, they became an unparalleled badass, and so they were promoted from the Sisters of Battle to be in the Space Marines. That would be super cool, but that's not how the Space Marines work. Michael Miller, Space Marine creation and lore is basically Captain America and Wolverine's transformation, undercharged. I always imagine it like that. No, yeah, the Space Marines start as kiddos.
Speaking of kiddos, don't call me Shirley. Hey Jay, what do you call a singing Necron?
A singing Necron? Oh, it's probably a super easy joke that I'm not catching. A singing Necron?
Ariana Grande.
Ah! That's pretty good.
I like that. I like that one. You better have come up with that yourself. That's a real good one.
Prussian Blue. That's the Tempesta Scions, though. True. But the top of the top is only becoming a Sister of Battle or a Tempesta Scion. It'd be cool if they could become a Space Marine. I feel like it would almost... If Space Marines are so about honor, which is, you know, written 50 times on the first page of the Space Marine Codex, it'd be cool if they could, like, recruit from the most honorable and noble of humans. I don't know, it's very weird. I almost wonder if Games Workshop wishes that they could just change Space Marines.
Can we change it? I mean, I think they should just do it.
I think they should too. I feel like there's a video in this somewhere. Do Space Marines have an identity crisis? I'd like to read a couple of more novels, though, just to get a better picture of how Space Marines are written. But in everything I've read, which is a couple of books and all the codexes, there seems to be a weird disconnect between lore and what is presented to us. Grandicorn 91. A gene seed has to be implanted through a series of implants over time as a child, and they have to go through psycho-indoctrination in order for them to become Space Marines. Joel Rone, aren't Primaris vat grown by Call? No, they were Space Marine initiates who were, I guess, taken or given to Call, and then Call transformed them into Primaris, and then kept them in stasis until they were needed.
Right, when Games Workshop needed more money.
When Games Workshop needed more money. It's a great way to put it. Prussian Blue. One major flaw was that the guard to Sister of Battle or Astartes thing, what if it's a male guardsman? No men under arms, remember? That's true. Then all of a sudden the Sisters of Battle are sexist for not allowing men. I'd be fine if they allowed men. But maybe you could just say that the Tempesta Scions are a very similar thing. An elite group of warriors who are better than the guard, but worse than the Space Marines.
And speaking of sexism, it's about that time.
Yeah!
So, we had a bunch of videos out this week. Got another one out tomorrow, so watch that. And then we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central. And then after that, we'll have our Patreon-only stream. So, join the Patreon.
Ooh, the week really flew by.
I know, it did.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.